Hey, whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Grey, welcoming you back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Subday challenges. This week, you guys did the Rainbow Challenge, which was suggested to us by Erin Cerise. And so, we did the Rainbow Challenge this week, and this is my attempt. I figured I would do the initial talking over stuff during my attempt. You can see I've got Scizor and Charizard and Jolteon and Rayquaza and Gyarados and Gengar making up my Rainbow, and I decided to do my attempt in the Anything Goes tier because I hadn't really gotten a chance to play with that yet. And I figured it would just be a lot of fun to get in there and use whatever Pokemon I wanted and just kind of let it ride. So Thor comes in on their Walrein, and this thing's going to belly drum, but it doesn't have enough health left after Thor takes a whack at it. So Walrein's going to go down, at which point their Sawbutt comes in. I bring in Shendu, my Rayquaza, who's going to laugh at that Horn Leech, and then they're going to switch around. But yeah, we had a lot more submissions this week for the challenges. I think you guys really enjoyed doing the Rainbow Challenge. Lots of fun stuff in different tiers and other things like that. So I'm really excited to bring that to you guys today. I had a lot of fun doing my attempt. I did several of these. I had a couple that were pretty good too, but I just wanted to keep playing with it because it was just a lot of fun. It's just, I don't know, cool. I enjoyed this team that I threw together for this, and everyone kind of had fun. I tried to switch through everybody in this battle as much as I could, so if there was a new Pokemon out, I tried to get through all the colors, which is why I think you're going to see, yeah, Gengar come in here, just because I was trying to go kind of in order and everything like that. But it was a lot of fun. I thank Erin for giving us this great suggestion, and make sure you guys are putting in new suggestions for next week in the comments below. So we're about to finish this off here. Legion's going to get the U-turn off on the normal grass-type Sawsbuck there, and that'll end my Rainbow Challenge. So we lost a couple of guys, but overall we did pretty good against this team. Of course, they didn't have like a super OP team or anything. They had a Bibarel and stuff, so nothing too exciting, but I enjoyed the team I put together, and I had fun doing challenges. So let's jump into the next one. We had several great ones in this week. Alrighty guys, see you in a second. Alright guys, here we go. This is Hyperspeed's attempt, and Hyperspeed went ahead and did his in the PU tier, so another fun kind of random tier in here for you guys. And so he led off with his red Simi. I don't know what that thing's called, but anyway, he went down, and they bring in their Kecleon here to take care of that ugly monster. And then they come and they have their shiny Sneasel they're going up against. They bring in this purple little sludge monster here, Mustasha, and gonna get a good sludge bomb off on the Medicham. Their Mustasha goes down, so they're gonna bring in Flareon, their orange Pokemon, and gonna get a good Flare Blitz off on the Shroom top there, taking it out. Taking some poison from, I'm assuming, their Toxic Orb there. Yeah, and then they bring in the Kecleon again on the I don't know, the water monkey thing. I don't remember what those things are called. This thing gets a Focus Blast off on the Kecleon, which was a lot of damage. But Kecleon's able to get Stealth Rocks up, which is gonna be good for them. And then a nice Sucker Punch before taking a Surf and going down. So this is a fun little battle from Hyperspeed. He's done a good job here. A very interesting little collection of Pokemon he's got going here, and in a fun tier. I'm glad to see you guys shaking things up, but we don't specify a tier. I like to see people doing some fun stuff. So I did Anything Goes, Hyperspeed did PU, and I believe Hyperspeed said he was putting this battle up on his own channel. So there'll be a link to his channel in the description below. As with anybody who's got channels of their own, if you participate in this series and your battle is in the episode, I will put a link to your channel in the description below. So it'll be a fun way for you guys to participate, and as well as for you guys to kind of get a little bit of promotion if you want to, and maybe that'll help people continue to participate. So a little give and take there. I think it gives some fun content for people. We had some great support on last episode. I mean, we got almost 150 views in a week, which was astounding. That's way better than I get on anything else. So I'm so thankful to you guys for huge support on last episode. Make sure that you guys, I'll tell you right now, as Hyperspeed's finishing up his battle, make sure to give a like, guys. I really would appreciate you guys throwing a like my way for this awesome new series. I'm really excited to continue on with this one. And there's Hyperspeed's Rainbow Challenge, guys. He had a fun little team and a cool tier. Thank you, Hyperspeed. Again, link to his channel is in the description below. Let's check out another one, shall we? Alright guys, here we go. This is a battle submitted to us by my friend Sugar Puffs. We did a battle against him previously on my channel, one of our random battles we did with Sugar. He's a good friend of mine from my actually Minecraft SMP server, and he actually does a bunch of the Showdown stuff on his own channel now. So again, just like Hyperspeed, a link to Sugar's channel will be in the description below. But he's a man after my own heart. He goes in with Little Cup on this challenge, and he leads off with an A-Palm, which is just fantastic. So Sugar knows the way to get to my heart is through A-Palm. So there we go. A-Palm's going to go down to a tough little Why Not there, because why not? And then they're going to bring in their Venipede here, who's got the speed boost on. I'm going to take care of that Why Not, get a good pursuit off on the Hone Edge, and then take a hard hit from the Iron Head before healing up with his Berry Juice. Get another pursuit off. So doing some good damage, even though pursuit's a pretty weak attack, and unfortunately it doesn't quite kill the Hone Edge before it's able to take it out with priority. But they bring in their green-hued Axew, and it's going to come in with the Outrage and do some good damage there. Pancham's going to get rid of the Choice Scarf, but Axew's still going to outspeed and take care of the Pancham before getting confused and going up against the Timber, but it breaks through the confusion in order to kill the Timber. So a fun little battle there. He didn't have to use a whole lot of his team, but he's got some very interesting Pokemon. He's got like Ducklet and things in there, so a very cool little team put together there by Sugar Puffs, and I always love A-Palm and Little Cup. So thank you, Sugar, so much for your submission this week. Again, Sugar's a good friend of mine, and he does a ton of stuff on his channel, not just Showdown stuff. He does a lot of really interesting stuff. He actually just cracked 1,000 subscribers, I think, which I saw recently. So congratulations to Sugar on that. Go check him out, and if you enjoy his stuff, make sure to give him a sub. And yeah, thanks again, Sugar, for participating in this week's challenge. Let's jump into the next one, shall we? Alright guys, here we go with another battle from one of our subscribers, Erin Cerise, who's a good friend of mine. She had one of the 2 battles that were submitted for last week, and she actually suggested this week's challenge, so a special thank you to Erin for that. She decided to do her attempt in the UU tiers, so we haven't even had overlap yet this week. We had Anything Goes, PU, Little Cup, and now UU, so that's very exciting. She led off with her Crocodile, and he was hitting on that Snorlax, but then they came in and got the Sticky Web up, which is really helpful. Sticky Web is always the bane of my existence, so that's very cool. She's got her Lucario, who's going to come in and go ahead and take Snorlax out, though it does kill itself with Life Orb in the process. Then they bring in their Orange Rotom Heat, and it's going to take a decent hit from the Beartic, but it's going to switch items there, which I think she said was kind of a misclick. She's like, yeah, maybe that trick wasn't the best idea. But Jade's going to come in, and I'm assuming, yeah, Jade's her green Pokemon. And so Jay's going to get a Moonblast off on the Pangoro, which is going to be plenty to take care of it. And so then it's going to be up against the Ursaring, going to throw up that Wish, expecting a hit, which Ursaring goes for the Facade, even though it's not quite Toxic yet. Maybe it's Scarfed. Nope, not Scarfed. Tangerine's going to come in, though, and do the trick again, switches the Damp Rock, gets a Toxic Orb, which doesn't do it a whole lot of good. I think, no, Damp Ability is what keeps Explosion. I'm not really sure what Damp Rock does. But Plum's going to come in and go ahead and just wreck Ursaring. So that was pretty fantastic. And it's going to switch back out, bring back in Jade, who's going to take the Icicle Crash, but live with it, so that's pretty good. And then she's going to get the Protect up to avoid the next one. Getting a little bit of health back from her leftovers, throwing up that Wish before she goes down to the Icicle Crash. Going to allow Erin to bring in Scarlet, but she doesn't really need the Wish at that point because Scarlet's still at full health. But Scarlet's able to take care of the Beartic there. Then they bring in Spinda, which is, it's always funny to see people use Spinda. I don't know why. It's just like the stupidest Pokemon. But Spinda's going to get knocked off, which is going to make it lose its Choice Scarf, and is going to allow her to switch in Plum into a Superpower, which was a good switch there because Superpower does nothing to Plum. And Plum's able to kill this Spinda, leaving them just with a Heatmore. And Heatmore's obviously going to get its speed cut by the Sticky Web that's there. continuing to help her out there. And now she's just down to her crocodile, which can pretty easily take care of the Heatmore and win Erin the battle. So that was Erin's Rainbow Challenge. Again, the Rainbow Challenge was Erin's particular idea for our challenge this week. That was her suggestion. And as with many of our other submissions this week, Erin has her own YouTube channel where she does lots of Showdown and Pokemon related stuff. She's presently in the middle of a Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke, which has been really entertaining. She's also doing some old school runs with Spyro and things like that. And she occasionally does some Showdown stuff. So again, link to her channel will be in the description below. Make sure to check her out. She's a good friend of this channel. She's a great commentator. If you guys stick around for my stuff, go check her out because you'll be blown away. And thank you, Erin, for your submission and for giving us a great challenge to try out this week. All right, guys, we got one last one, and let's jump into it right now. All right, guys, here we go with the last battle of the day. We have Scadrill's battle. He also submitted last week, and he decided to go in Little Cup and led off with his Spike Ball here. Took a hard hit from the Zebstrika, or Blitzel. Zebstrika is the evolved form. Takes a hard hit from the Blitzel, but is able to get rid of the Blitzel before dying. So that works out very nicely. They then bring... Ooh, their Gaslight takes a hard hit and goes down. Ooh, and so does Bob. Ouch. So this is going to be a comeback battle for Scad. But while Scad's battle is kind of going on, you guys can enjoy watching his last battle here. But I want to tell you guys about this week's challenge, and I saved it for doing Scad's battle because it's Scad suggestions. So, what we're going to be doing is, this week, we are going to be doing what Scad calls the Team Rocket Challenge, which means that the only Pokemon you can use on your team are Pokemon that either in the anime or in the games or in the manga has been used by Team Rocket, which admittedly will probably be a pretty wide range of Pokemon, but there'll be a link in the description below with there will be a link in the description below to a Bulbapedia page which Scad provided when he gave the suggestion, which kind of lists all the different Pokemon that have ever been used by Team Rocket. And so you can use any Pokemon found on that page and or an evolution of that Pokemon. So if you decide you want to do Little Cup or something, but you know only the evolved form of a Pokemon appears on that page, well, you can still, use the unevolved form in, a Little Cup challenge or something like that. But only Pokemon that Team Rocket has used, try and get into the spirit of it, I'm really excited about what I'm going to be doing this week. Already, as soon as I saw that comment, I was like, oh, I can't wait to get in and do that because I think that'll be a lot of fun. And that was really, I think, we may have had like one or two other suggestions given, but I think that's going to be the one that'll be the most fun to do this week. So, there we go, Team Rocket Challenge. Make sure to get your submissions in, guys. I really had a lot of fun doing this episode. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching it. I got feedback back that you guys really enjoyed last week, and we had a lot more submissions this week, so I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy it. Make sure to go ahead and put suggestions for next week's challenge up in the comments below, or down in the comments below rather. Make sure to get those in, and I'll pick out a new one to give to you guys at the end of next week's episode. And then make sure, guys, we only had one person not do it, but just because now we've got this series going, I only want you guys to post your replay links in this series. So for next week's, so when you're doing your Team Rocket Challenge, only post it here in this episode, and that way I can easily go back and be like, okay, I've got all the submissions for this week, because I'd hate to miss somebody because it's sitting in, Tiny Tuesday's videos, comments, or something like that. So you guys did pretty good with that this week, and the only person who did it was an honest mistake. So just make sure everything related to this series you're putting in the comments of this series, and I'm really excited to come back to you guys next week and give you guys another episode with the Team Rocket Challenge. Again, no tiers being specified or anything like that, so go wild. I loved this week. You guys all went out and just found fun tiers and fun teams. I mean, look at Scad's team here. He's got, Ponyta and Azurill and, Pokemon you don't see a whole lot. It's a lot of fun to see some of these underused Pokemon. You guys know me, I'm a sucker for underused, and we had a bunch of really cool tiers represented this week. So, as always, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have seriously been amazing. Thank you so much for the submissions and the support at the beginning of this series. I beg you guys to continue that, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. If we can get a lot of people in on this, I think it'll be great. So keep up the support. don't forget that like, and make sure to check out all the great submissions, all the people who submitted content for this week. All of the links will be to their channels down below. If I forget a link and you do have a channel where you're doing things, let me know. I may just be ignorant of that. So if you guys go check those guys out, let them know that Tortimer sent you, although they'll probably know after watching this video. So as always, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, and subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.